Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pathfinder Kingmaker. My name is Saiken and today we are continuing the challenge run, which means hard difficulty, Last Azlanti mod, and on top of that the D tier and F tier classes only. So I did Kingdom Management. It is time to soon go to Bold Hilltop. And things are actually looking quite good. We got a couple of gifts that have been sent our way. Nothing major, but well, we have now the crown. This is not exactly what I wanted. 6 on charisma, intelligence, and wisdom. Okay, well, let's begin with that. Okay, cool. So then we do have mental perfection on the others. I'm just wondering if we need it for anyone in particular. I think Hawkbite himself might want to continue wearing the Paragon of Defenses, because that really is going to give him more bang for the buck. Very good. So, as I was saying, we are ready to go a little bit further. Well, that's a really nice crown. And the main new development is we're having issues with the creatures on the Bald Hilltop again. Let me fix this here real quick, and then we can go to the Bald Hilltop. So, preparation done. Should have done that beforehand, to be entirely honest, but it is what it is. Time for the Bald Hilltop, and we are going to pre-buff. So, as I was saying, in between, we upgraded the entire kingdom quite a bit, and things are actually starting to work out really well. But as always, it takes a little bit to do all of that, so I'm rather doing it off camera. We're ready for that last fight here in chapter 4, and then afterwards we should be good to go. So, extend meta magic. Let's start with this. I just want to from time to time show the current buff routine. So, greater extend meta magic. Everybody gets stamina, everybody gets bull strength, everybody gets dexterity. Well, that was Owl's wisdom, but okay, everybody also gets dexterity. And then everybody gets Eagle Splendor, so that the fear kicks in harder. Then everybody gets a nice little stone skin. We're going with resist fire. A couple of self buffs that are not that important. So then we put protection of asset and protection of fire on top of the resist. Then protection from arrows. And I have to wonder, do we... Calming Touch really isn't worth it that much anymore. Good, because I now got an empowered fireball from time to time. Anyway, so we had plenty of Death Ward. So we're starting with that. And let me just go through all of the Death Ward real quick. So, in parallel, we're going to buff the rest. But let's do Death Ward first, and then I'll do single buffs afterwards for everyone. So you can see pretty extensive buffing, eh? And now we're making people large, and we have plenty of other buffs to go around. Freedom of movement in particular. More armor, lightning resistance, more freedom of movement. I think it would have been the wiser choice in hindsight to just make sure we have that buffing mod.
Adventures await.
More freedom of movement, bless. More freedom of movement here. Then Stone Skin we already had. Got a couple of weapon buffs. Everybody gets Good Faith. And then we're going for extra morale bonuses. Man, that's a lot of buffing. Alright, Heroism Greater. Let's get that to the DPS as well.
I don't need anyone's sympathy.
We're giving Outsee Invisibility. Find Traps. Then some more armor buffs. And we're almost done. You can see it is quite extensive. More armor buffs. And just for good measure, you get spell resistance. You begin to buff your sword. And we do an extended haste. So, now we're buffing ourselves with Righteous Might. And the Rage.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
So, that's our status where we're starting. Just look at the amount of buffs, it's crazy. Very good. So, Hawkbite begins to rage immediately. Redcap Trickster takes a couple of hits. We only have a standard action, so do we have our weapon burning? No, we don't. So let's do that as well. Bane into a strike, and look at that, 150 points of damage. Serpent Prince is just a crazy weapon, and he crits every fourth attempt. 25% crit chance. So we're putting this here down. Then we're quickening this, and that's the crowd control. Moves in here because we will need to use Dazzling Display. Hawkbite charges in, has pounce, gets all of his shots off. We're positioning ourselves here with the gym.
Cover me.
Dwemockets are coming. Okay, sure. Bring it on. Anders just moves into the middle here. And we're putting a couple more clouds, this time Cloud Kill up. Dazzling Display. Haven't taken a single point of damage yet. Okay, look at that. Hit, hit, hit. Everybody's dazzled. Oh yeah, Darkrai just completely gets it on. Redcap Savage. It's level 13, so actually not too bad.
Your death awaits.
The boogeyman comes in directly. Taken back by the clouds. That was Waves of Fatigue and Phantasmal Killer. What? Crushing Despair. -2. And then a Quickened Phantasmal Killer. Okay. What a prick. Mr. Boogeyman, listen. Not a big fan of these things where you just come in and think that just because you can, that it does give you the right to cast spells on us. So let's hit. Leafless Lady immediately dies. Circle of Death should kill the others, not us. Nice little 100 points of damage on the Boogeyman. It's a good spell. More Dazzling Display. Yeah, we're starting with Boogeyman again.
Stab their back.
I would say overall pretty one-sided, just because our buffs were carrying so much. There isn't really that much that the enemies can do about it. High AC, we're almost one-shotting everything. Speed Composite Longbow, that's nice because it gives us an extra attack always, even if haste is not running. And then we have Mental Perfection +6. That's pretty nice as well. It's almost like the crown, minus the extra compulsion effect. Yeah, that's really nice. So, speed longbow +2. Oops, that's the wrong one. Question is, are we going with that? Better hit. But the damage is much, much less. Now we're still going with our oversized weapon.
March on.
We can do it!
Good. We're bound to await the report again. That's definitely the end of chapter 4, as we know it. And that then now gives us some more time to reign. This here is cool, because look at that. We can essentially enter Glenshire. I've made that a teleportable place, so we now have the option to just very quickly move around the map.
No stopping now.
Let's see if there are any artisans here that I should be aware of.
Onwards.
Lots of guards, but no artisans. Oh, that's okay. Good, but it doesn't cost any time, and that's why teleportation circles are just so good. Very nice way of also doing, keeping the time pressure, but at the same time just making it very convenient. So we do have 4 placed in. I think that's the max also. And we have placed them pretty strategical. Good. I'll do some kingdom management. Good. A new day, a fresh victory. Your Highness, another attack has been repelled, and you receive compensation. It was you who was behind the attack, wasn't it? But why? He looked at Tristian. Classed to a certain extent, my lady. Nerissa ordered me to open the way for the creatures. I often traveled between the worlds, so it was not a difficult thing to do. Golarion is closely connected to the first world. Spontaneous portal between 2 worlds are not uncommon. All I did was give such portals some extra stability. Once a few months, it opened wide enough to allow an Assyrian creature to come through. What I did was terrible. People were dying because of me. I could do nothing but warn them of the next attack. I mourn the losses every day, and my only hope is that I will be able to make up for these evil acts. In any case, I doubt that Tristan's repentance will somehow prevent the next attack. Tristan, it will help to earn forgiveness. Together we will defeat Nesadia. Don't deserve your help, but Saranai is my witness. I'm eternally grateful. Will the attacks continue? As with the ever-blooming flower, I only helped Nerissa to open a portal between the First World and Golarion. Not the one leading the armies. We won't let them win. Let's prepare. Man, that's rough. Greetings, Your Highness. Allow me to elevate your daily concerns with a humble gift. Prowling cheater. Staff, wand, scrolls, rod. I think we're continuing with staffs. Fiery Eye. Fantastic. She can also make wooden shields, but we're actually in the need of a really good bow. So keep making bows. So what did we get? Prowling Cheater. Ability to cast Feather Step Mass 3 times per day. Listen, I mean, it's a fine weapon, but it's not the Feather Step that worries me, to be entirely honest. Although, I will say that there is a logic in having this and then casting it off of the staff. And then we do have Fiery Eye again, which is, I think, the 3rd time that we get that bow. Maybe should have taken the shield. So, 300 days until the next attack. And this here, by the way, is the storyteller, right? What I was talking about. And you can bring relics and artifacts. I also did a couple of espionage missions on the kingdom management, so maybe there are a few things that pop up soon. So kingdom quests, Kimoasio, yeah, that's not really interesting. Region upgrade, we're doing part 5 of the curse, it's what's relevant. Alright. Ryan Shira has made a new home, blah 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 blah. It seems that the ancestor, not a great hero, certainly never saw Wudra saved Wudra from a terrible monster. It's not likely that the Wuldranians will be pleased with the news. Okay, I don't even know where to hand that in. Equally, we still have Nazriel's greatest creation, which sometimes is a bit stuck. But also in the great scheme of things doesn't seem to be that important. Let me manage the kingdom a little bit more and then we're going off to the next quest. Good. We're pretty much done with our kingdom management for now. Everybody has something to do for the next few days, so I want to explore the east a bit more and check if we have found something. The Hellknights are not most courteous guests, eh? Little background here. Some guys calling themselves the Hellknights from the Order of the Wreck are investigating supposing criminal, and then they started really taking it a bit too far. My name is Darven. Alright, the rebellious murder they are looking for? Yes, I'm a rebel, a murderer, a pirate, a renegade, a smuggler, and I have lots of other scary titles. If you listen to Linxia, the evil incarnate baby eater, the worst nightmare came true. In the end, if times ever come, it'll be because of me and me alone. Tell me your story. It's so long I don't even know where to begin, although I guess you're only interested in the thing I've been accused of. I did in fact kill Challenge Noble and participate in a rebellion, but that's all happened on an accident. I was a captain on a ship sailing through the inner sea. We traded with those stronger than us and raided those weaker. Just regular life for a man of my profession. One day we stopped at the Cheliax port, and that's where it started. I caught a certain Cheliax noble who for a long time has been a #1 on kill on sight list, so I challenged him in a duel and it was too simple to refuse. I dispatched him, only to learn that he was a distant relative of the Crown Prince, and besides that, the lord of the surrounding lands. And of course, no one in the area was all fond of him. What do you want? I'm glad you asked. I have so much to offer. You see, I'm rich, and I don't mind sharing riches for those who can help me in trouble. Linxia, on the other hand, will give you nothing. I doubt she even say thank you. Fair enough. We're tendentially lawful, so if that's the decision for it, I'll find and resolve the situation. Good, the question is, where's Linxia? We've thrown them out. So I'm pretty sure they're not just here around the corner. So I can see we have a few more neat little scrolls here. Single dimension door mass. I'm more interested in the masked version. This should be good because that's a lot of stuff that we can learn for enders. Besides, haste scrolls are always welcome. So, it seems to me that we have most of these. Stinging Cloud. I might take all of them just in case. Scroll DC isn't that great, but it's better than nothing. None of the ones are really good. I really need to start reskilling him at some point. The Necromancy, it has worked reasonably well, I will say. Some of the Necromancy spells are actually quite good. So, okay. She's the merchant that always has some interesting additional item. Okay, so deal with the devil. When Linxia was looking for Draven, Draven found us. The deal he offered us tempting, but I have no idea what our Baron is going to do. In the case, Linxia's investigation must be put to an end as soon as possible. Should travel to the secluded lodge in our marches. Alright, now we finally do have a place to go. I can already see the Hellguards are not just going to be okay with leaving us here. With a 20% quicker movement speed, everything kind of around the capital is not too far away, which is great. So Secluded Lodge is where we need to go, which we teleport down there. I just wanted to see if there are other things that we have found. So here we need to return the chest of genuine gemstones for some extra XP, I suppose. This here is just an extra quest for companion. This here is Nezriel, which hasn't really been progressed. That is companion quests. Really want to go here into Pytex. I think that's going to happen soon. Good, so let me show you a little trick. Teleport. And in just a short journey, we're down here. So it's going to be interesting. King, how did you get here? Who told you about this place? I demand answers. I will shut her down. I don't have to explain anything to you. Not this time. The interests of the Order of the Wreck demand straight answers, and I will have it. The easy way or the hard way. Alright, Dwarven told me where to look for you. What? How did this happen? When? Where is he now? I don't have to explain anything to you. You won't avoid the questions so easily. Dwarven. Great job, my friend. To battle, Hellknights. Keep Dwarven alive. Kill the rest. Alright, interesting. Look. I can tell you what's not going to happen. What's not going to happen is you're not going to have an easy time here. Swift into... What can we do with movement action? Give me a bark skin. No, we already have that thanks to the natural armor. I think we're okay. Don't need anything. Good. What I want here is communal resist, because we're going to very soon have an absolute banger of a fight here. Go to rage. And I want to be big. So many actions in just one round. Lovely. Hellknight. Misses. Wow. Hits hard. I will give her that. Let's start with a nice little quickening here. Thank you. That's an easy way of saying shut up. You need to know your place. And what's the most important other buff that I would be thinking of? Likely protection from evil, communal. You know, he's taken out. Might as well go in. Hawkbite comes in at solid 62 armor class. You love to see it, eh? Villainize Linxia. And give me that sweet 5 attacks. .40 AC, okay. Now we're good. Already used the skull. There we go. Drink this. And we're moving a bit closer. So, now, the more interesting part. Dazzling display. Bam, everyone. Yep, shaken for many, many rounds. Oh. That was a one hit. Plus 35 attack. See? And since we're fighting against flat-footed, thanks to them being shaken, that's actually good. Okay, I see how it goes. Quicken into Another stinking cloud. Good. Hawkbite is definitely fighting at the front line there. Jim
Your death awaits.
begins to take them out one by one. Yeah, okay, sure. Go for the Wyvern.
Do not hold back.
AoE buff. Fantastic. And we're good. Yep. Bring on all of your reinforcements if you want. It will not really do much. Oh no, 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 no. We're not having protection from death at the moment. That won't work. That would have almost been an oopsie. We can do that into that.
We can do it.
Hawkbite moves all the way down here.
I'll loot your corpse.
Jim picks up the ones that are just very far away.
We shall overcome.
Fantastic.
Strike with all your might.
Okay.
Stab their backs.
Long spear +1. Couple of full plates. I can almost say all of that is valuable. Too bad that the helmets aren't doing anything. Full plate +1. Yeah, they do have basic equipment, as I would have guessed.
It is done.
Cloak of Resistance +1, long swords +1. Well organized military force.
Follow me.
Good, Darven. What's the matter, my dude? Thank you for your help. Without it, never be able to deal with these fanatics. I hope you forgive me for the little show I took on the liberty to put on. After all, the results weren't that bad, you would agree. Anyhow, I owe you an explanation again. At the beginning, it becomes a bit of a habit. But I forgot, please accept this modest reward. You've earned every little bit of it. Explain yourself. You do remember the whole story I told you about the duel? You see, the whole story was has one additional piece. Well, not so little to be precise. His name was Mammon, and he was one of the Arg Devils, the Ardent Prince, I've been told. He's made a pact with me, and I'm having trouble to uphold my side of the bargain, and his patience is growing thinner by the day. Cherished Noble had a pact with Mammon too, which I expected commonplace for Cherished Nobles, and the Noble was in no hurry to fulfill his end of the deal either. By killing him, I earned Mammon's gratitude, and he offered me a similar pact, a handsome sum of gold, and my cherished dreams would come true. So, how could I said no to that? What's the point of your pact? I'm to become king, no more no less. The subject of my kingdoms are supposed to worship Mammon as the official deity and pay taxes. Not so difficult task, I suppose, especially if you have enough money. The only problem is Linxia. The moment I lay my kingdom's first cornerstone, it'll become an easy target. She instantly find me. Dude, that's a stupid idea. What do you want from me? Let me get rid of Linxia? No. I've heard enough. Will you accept my money? No. Linxia was right about you. The wreck has been waiting for me for a long time. Sadly, I'm too busy to waste my time of it. Besides, tell you the truth, the wreck is not my type of date. If by any chance you decide to facilitate my meeting with my missus, then you'll fail. I'll escape again. So let's instead talk without threats, like civilized people. You set me up. There's nothing to talk about. Get out of my kingdom, and I don't want to catch you again. Alright, that's pretty bad. The Hellknight Linxia is searching our capital. So, Dwarven has disappeared again. And Linxia gone with him. I mean, they disappeared separately. Okay, anyways, we have no other options than to be patient. But I'm soon the story isn't over yet. I have my doubts about that as well. I have my doubts about that as well. Definitely going to continue. But I will tell you, we're pretty much at the end of today's episode. Although it was a bit of a painful one. We're going to see the next time how it continues. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a good one and take good care. Bye-bye.